All right, guys, hope you're doing good. Here is a quick time lapse of me taking SpongeBob. I am working on a blank layer over, and I'm just gonna copy and trace his lines to recreate my version of SpongeBob. And then here I added my color. This SpongeBob, I'm going for kind of a crispy Cheeto SquarePants instead of a sponge, so he's gonna be a little bit orange. Now, where I'm gonna take you guys today is how to duplicate. By the end of this lesson, you will have 4 different versions of your cartoon character like I have here, okay? So, the first step though is to, on a blank layer, redraw and trace your character, okay? You'll notice on the side of my layers, I have my original on the bottom, and then I have my character on the layer on top. The first thing I want to show you guys is how to change the size and scale. The official term is what's called free transform, okay? And I'm going to draw an arrow here at the top, and it looks like a compass, really, but that little feature right there is called the free transform, which means you can, when you click it, the layer you have selected, you can rotate, you can change the size, the scale, all that good stuff. Since my character, Cheeto Bob, is a lot taller, I'm gonna change the format to a vertical format. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to my SpongeBob layer, and I'm gonna tap that layer. And actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna free transform it, and because I'm gonna fit 4 of these guys on here, I'm gonna move him into that corner there. So leave room for the others. All right, so as I was saying, I'm gonna tap that layer, and there's a button there called duplicate. Once again, it is in the top right of that little toolbar, and once you select it, you're gonna just hit duplicate. You'll notice it duplicated the layer, and now I've got 2 Cheeto Bobs. Now nothing happened, so what I have to do is go back to the free transform, and that duplicate are right on top of one another. So I have to pull that next layer out and then repeat that process. You're gonna repeat that process 3 different times. You're gonna have 4 of your characters onto your page. Duplicate, free transform, and there you go, okay? Now, the last part of this though is I don't wanna be looking at 4 of the same Cheeto Bob SquarePants or 4 of the same of your characters. So the last thing I want you guys to do is I want you to play around with different color schemes. Right now I'm just kind of sizing and getting them somewhat all fitted correctly on there. But using the fill tool, I want you to play around and change the color schemes of your different characters, okay? I'm gonna be doing that here in a second. And one thing I wanna show you guys is, remember that double puck? Now, here's a cool feature. If you simply press and hold your finger on the color swatch and you pull up, it will give you I believe, a lighter value or color that you have selected. If you press and hold that color swatch and pull it down, it'll give you the darker version of that all the way to black. Pull it up, it'll go all the way to white. Pull it down, it'll go all the way to black. What's that good for? Well, that is good for getting darker values and shading, which we'll do later on. Now, one little trick here is make sure you're working on the correct layer that you want to add. So I simply poked out all the layers that I don't want to see, and then I'm gonna apply color to this guy. Look at this. This is gonna be a slimy Bob SquarePants, and he's gonna be made out of slime. Give him some pink shoes, and I'm gonna play around with his color scheme. I did a real good job, sorta, of closing up my shapes, so my fill tool works really well, okay? And then I'm just gonna keep rocking and rolling, all right? So for this afternoon or this morning, whatever, you are going to duplicate your cartoon character you traced 4 different times and develop your 4 color schemes, all right? Have fun, and you'll be turning these in probably tomorrow. So let me know if you have any questions.